Hello to the beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2026. Okay, and before we get into the signs, I just want to share with you that on the 31st of May at 9 degrees, we have a full blue moon in Sagittarius. And this is the second full moon in May. All right, and that's happening on the 31st, as I said. So we're going to be entering into June with that energy of that once upon a time or once in a lifetime energy from this full blue moon. Okay, so set your intentions high and watch what happens. Okay, so this happens every 2 to 3 years. So this is once every blue moon. You know how that saying goes. And let's see. You may be seeking honest answers about your life's purpose during this time. This culmination and illumination brings hidden feelings to the surface. Unresolved questions may come up, or long avoided decisions that have been brewing since the previous full moon, which was the first one in Scorpio. Okay, so the new moon in Gemini is on the 14th of June, and this will be at 24 degrees, happening at 7:54 p.m. Pacific time. And at the end of June, we have a full moon, and that's on the 29th in Capricorn at 8 degrees. And Chiron is moving into Taurus and will stay there for approximately 8 years. Okay? Chiron is the wounded healer, and it is going to help you release those patterns around your self-worth and your value system as well. So, and it's also about, how you show up in your emotional world. But being in the sign of Taurus, it has to do with security. It has to do with your money. It has to do with your steadiness and your material things. Okay, do you do you value yourself on the external things in your life, or is your worth internal? So these are the energies that's going to be playing out for the next year, next 8 years for all of us to heal those insecure areas in our life that has to do with, our self-worth. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into your forecast for the month of June. So I will see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Leo risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro, and this is your monthly forecast for June 2026. Okay, I did an introduction, so the highlights are there, but I want to share one highlight with you while we're getting started, and that's going to be Chiron is moving into the sign of Taurus for 8 years. And Chiron is the wounded healer, and he will be helping you heal wounds in the place where Taurus resides. Okay, and we know Taurus is about, security, being fixed, and comfort, stability, and taking its time. Okay, so wherever that is, we will talk about it. But first, let's get into June 1st, and that is going to be Mercury moving into the sign of Cancer, and this is happening in your 12th house. And this is the house of hidden things, okay? Your subconscious energy, your psychic energy as well, karma, long distance travel. It's also the house of escapism, okay? Where we tend to hide or or use drugs, okay? So let's get into that. Cancer being this inner type energy, this internalizing energy, and hiding in the shell, and moody energy ruled by the moon, which is associated with the 12th house because the moon hides information until it's ready to illuminate it. Okay? So, anyway, let's get going. Leo rising. This is when you are focused inward. Okay? Your thoughts turn towards the past, hidden concerns, subconscious matters. Your intuition and imagination is stronger. They're both stronger, especially for creative or spiritual work. You may tend to keep your thoughts private, speak less freely, or feel cautious about being misunderstood. Okay? But just know this is all workable. So on the 9th, we have we have Venus conjuncting Jupiter, and this is happening in Cancer in your 12th house as well. Now, these two planets are benefic, all right? So they're bringing goodness to you in this 12th house situation, okay? So you may find yourself in a restful mood, spending time alone and reflecting. Your feelings are softening around old wounds or hidden worries. Helpful encounters that happen privately in dreams or through institutions, retreat settings could come about, okay? You may be pulled towards compassion, art, prayer, and journaling therapy during this time. So take advantage of, this time during this conjunction. Okay, so on the 13th, we have Venus entering Leo, and that is in your first house, Leo rising. And this is the house of how you think, how you look, how you feel, and how others see you, and how you see you. Okay? So you are more magnetic with greater social appeal. You have more interest in your appearance, grooming, fashion, and self-care. That's Venus for you. Your romantic and social interactions are easier, and you have more creative self-expression and confidence in being seen. And that's the Leo part, okay? Theatrical Leo does its job in the first house. Wonderful. Okay, so on the 14th, we have a new moon in Gemini, and this is happening in your 11th house of large groups, memberships, friend groups as well, your co-workers, and the house of luck and hopes and wishes. All right, so you may make new contacts and widen your friend circle at this time. Joining or strengthening a group, a club, a team, or online community is also highlighted here. All right, so on the 19th is when Chiron enters Taurus. And guess what? This happens in your 10th house. Oh my goodness. This is where your public image shows up. This has to do with authority figures. This has to do with your your colleagues and your those who work under you as well, bosses. So this is going to be an 8-year dive for you, okay? So the lesson here is to define your self-worth on your own terms rather than by your status or by the approval of others or your external achievements, okay? You may become more, sensitive about work, performance, public image, or leadership roles. Old insecurities around not being enough professionally will surface. Okay, this is just the beginning. So, whatever is in your 10th house, whatever planet is in your 10th house, and whatever that degree is the degree when Chiron is going to make a difference. Okay? All right, so on the 21st, we have the summer solstice, and we have the sun in Cancer. And this is happening in your 12th house. So you may want to spend more time alone, feel more private than usual, or notice your dreams and subconscious matters more strongly. However, this transit brings a softer, more nurturing emotional tone, and your boundaries may feel penetrable. So just take it easy because, Venus and Jupiter were just there not too long ago. So that energy from that conjunction is going to linger, okay? And is benevolent. You know what I mean. All right, so on the 28th, we have Mars moving into Gemini, and this is happening in your 11th house of large groups, memberships, organizations, friend groups, work groups, and hopes and wishes and luck. You may feel driven to connect with friends, clubs, online communities, or activist groups, and you may take the initiative in organizing events or campaigns. Okay? You may have discussions around plans, debates, and your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. Okay? This is an opportune time for trying new ideas, technologies, or unconventional approaches in group settings. All right, so on the 29th, we have Mercury turning retrograde in Cancer, and this is in your 12th house, okay? So during this time, you may turn inward because that's what retrogrades are. You may feel more withdrawn, dreamy, sensitive with your thoughts and emotions that are hard to speak out loud. Old memories, unresolved feelings, or subconscious fears can surface around family, safety, and emotional security. Okay, and that's the Cancer part of this transit. The last thing I'll speak on June 29th will be the full moon in Capricorn, and this is happening in your house of work, your daily routine, your health, your, co-workers as well. So you may be more aware of the stress, habits, your workload, and how your schedule affect your body. You may be dissatisfied with your job, coworker dynamics, or routines that no longer support you. You may feel yourself tightening your routine, setting firmer boundaries at work, or making practical changes to your diet, exercise, or time management. Okay? Well, all of this is a plus. So, Leo rising, take care of yourself. And until next time, bye for now.